If you don't believe the impossible can happen, you're right. When you believe your mistakes can't be undone, you're right. When you feel you are less than others, you're right. And when you think that someone can never change or rise above their brokenness, then you're wrong. Stop telling yourself the lies that you believe are true. Do you want to change your life for the better? Then you're in the right place. But only if you follow the steps that I'm going to now show, and my personal favourite is the last one, so stay tuned to the end. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Wesen and I'm a motivational speaker, life coach and mother. And in this video, I will help you to understand how you can start getting motivated and then stay motivated in order to work and achieve those goals that you have. Have you ever noticed that when you want to jump into doing something, you have this gut instinct inside of you, you have this inclination, this internal intelligence that you just want to go ahead and you do it. But then, if and when you stop and you pause for a moment, something happens. You start to tell yourself all the reasons why you shouldn't take action and why you shouldn't take up that decision. For example, you want to go into the gym in the morning and you press that snooze button and then you start telling yourself, well, I'm too tired, or it's too cold outside. Or maybe you want to have that difficult conversation and then you think of all the reasons why you shouldn't because it might start a conflict or an argument. Do it. Do it there and then, because you need to do it before your mind gets involved. Because what your mind essentially has been designed to do is it's there to protect you. It's there to make sure to keep you safe, to make sure that you're comfortable. And so as soon as it gets involved, it starts analysing. It analyses the potential of the risks and the what ifs. And so what you do is you end up complaining or moaning or finding a way or a reason or an excuse to get yourself out of the situation or not to perform that task. So you've got to find a way around the way that you think. And that's the struggle of life. That's a struggle that we all have. Every one of us has. We all have that internal battle between ourselves and our minds. You cannot change your life unless you do the internal work. Unless you do the inside work, you figure out who you are, what your strengths are, what your internal intelligence wants you to do. You believe it and then you follow it. We know exactly what needs to be done, what needs to be done to better ourselves and our personal circumstances or our environment. We know what needs to be done, but then we spend all our energy and our effort focusing on the what ifs and the risks attached to it, and then all of this self-doubt starts to creep in. And then we choose not to act on it. And so that moment that you want to act on something, you want to make a bold decision, that moment that you want to put your hand up, whether it's in a meeting or at school, in your class, that's even though it may be uncomfortable, and it will be uncomfortable, but that's the moment when you need to just do it and trust your instincts before your mind sets in. So it's a few seconds of that inclination to just go ahead and do it before your mind takes over. Because if you don't do what you promised yourself and what you said you would do, if you don't get up early to go for that workout or read or work like you said you would, if you don't talk to your children patiently and calmly and politely like you said and you promised yourself that you would, if you don't work on that business that you said you would, then you will never have that self-confidence and success to achieve anything in life. I find that motivation is one of those words that seems to be getting thrown around in modern times without any real meaning or depth to the word. But what do we mean, therefore, by motivation? Motivation essentially is why somebody does something. It's the driving force behind the emotional, the physical, the social, the cognitive behavior that drives human behavior. We need motivation in order to sustain life, and we need it in order to better either ourselves or our environment. Motivation is a desire for change, and you owe it to yourself. You owe you. Nobody is coming to save you. Everybody is busy with their own pains and their own struggles and their own challenges in their lives. Even if it's your parents or your siblings or your children, everybody's concerned with themselves. Nobody owes you anything, but you do owe it to yourself. And you're bigger and you're better than anything that's happening right now in your life. It's self-love. If you love yourself enough, then you will owe it to yourself to work on yourself, to get back up and try one more time, try 5 more times, try 10 more times, whatever it takes to help you get to where you need to get to. So how do you get motivated? It's very much a gradual process. Okay, it's a slow process. There's no overnight fix. I'd be lying if I said to you, yes, give me 2 weeks and I'll teach you how. No, give yourself realistically 30 days minimum, 60 days, 90 days to start the ball rolling. But I guarantee if you apply these tips, if you apply them every day, you will not recognize yourself in a year's time. Come back to me in a year's time and tell me, Wesen, I did everything and it worked. And if it didn't work, get your money back. Let's start with something that we all have. No matter our ranking, our status, our titles, the money in our bank account, no matter our race, our gender, no matter. Something that we all have right here, right now. And you are here for a reason, watching this video. Something that we all have in common is that you woke up this morning. You woke up. You woke up, you're alive and breathing and able. You have been given another chance, another opportunity to make an impact, another chance to serve for something greater than yourself, another day to thrive, another day to shape your energy for something better. If nothing else, that in itself is a motivator. That in itself, the fact that you woke up, that God gave you another chance to take that deep breath and to breathe, that means you've got an assignment to do. You've got something to do today. You've got a purpose to fulfill. So seize the day. Take today as an opportunity to start shifting that change. Start turning the wheels of change for something better. And so that brings me on nicely onto my first tip, and that is to start small. Start with what you have right now, and trust me when I tell you that you are more than equipped. You have all the resources that you need to start, and no matter how small that step, that first initial move is, just start. There's a quote that says, in order to walk 1,000 miles, you need to take that first step. People think that in order to become successful or achieve great things, that they have to start with big things. But it doesn't. That's not how it works. In fact, it's doing the small, repetitive, little, perhaps even boring and mundane things every day that mount to big achievements. And it takes time. Be patient with yourself. It's going to be messy. It's going to start messy, very messy, and that's fine. And you're going to make mistakes, plenty of mistakes. You may think that you're a failure initially, but you're just learning. You're just trying to find your feet. But making mistakes is the whole point, or else how else are you going to appreciate the end result without all of those hard work and efforts? Tip number 2, get comfortable with becoming uncomfortable, and perhaps even being uncomfortable constantly. When you start something new, think of it like the edge of a cliff and you want to jump. Okay, you want to embark on that new thing that you want to start. And you have to jump. In order to get to the other side, you have to jump. Now you have 2 choices. You could either stay back, and your mind again will tell you, because it is being designed to keep you safe, will tell you, step back. We don't know what's beyond that territory. And so if you step over, you might hurt yourself. You might look silly in front of people. You might lose out on money. You might lose out on your reputation. So stay back, because this is where what we've always known. This is our comfort zone. We know we've been doing this all our lives, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So we're comfortable here, body. We're comfortable here. Don't step over there. That's what your mind is telling you. But you know in your heart that once you step out, you are going to find growth. You're going to find personal development. You're going to find opportunities. You're probably going to find better positions, more money. You're going to find potentially love, if that's what you're looking for. And so those are the 2 choices that you have. You can either choose to step back and stay safe and stay comfortable, or you can choose to take that step into the unknown, into the uncertainty. But if you have full tawakkul and full trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you're in safe hands. You're in safe hands. You won't fall. You won't get hurt. Your reputation won't be on the line. And so you can choose to step over that comfort zone. So you will have to learn to be comfortable in getting uncomfortable often if you want to excel, if you want to change your life. And I say this because I've been there. I have put myself in really uncomfortable situations where I've been scared. And if you're there doubting yourself, thinking, okay, well, what if I don't reach it? What if it doesn't work? But you haven't even given yourself a chance. What if it does work? All of these mistakes, they will all be lessons for you to learn from. And that's what growth is all about. Number 3, your environment. Consider your environment. And what I mean by this is your social circle, your friends, who you hang out with, who you talk to, what you watch on social media, what you watch on TV, how you spend your day. We as humans respond to the environment that we are in. So if you get the environment right, you get the right behavior. And if you get the environment wrong, then guess what? You get the wrong behavior. People think that they don't influence you. They can't have a positive or negative influence. But let me tell you, they do. If you have an environment where, for example, there's a lot of backbiting, there's a lot of gossiping, There's a lot of criticizing. Your brain sometimes doesn't even distinguish between whether that's criticism against somebody else or it's against yourself. But it's just negative talk. And this is why in Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually tells us to move away from these kind of individuals and to move away from these kind of conversations and not to get involved in them, because they can actually bring us sins. Whereas conversations where there's a lot of knowledge and appraisal and encouragement and empowerment, well, guess what? That's what your brain is going to be constantly doing. It's going to be motivating you, empowering you, encouraging you. You're going to be constantly learning new positive things that can have a positive impact on your life. So look at your environment. Who are you hanging around with? Who are you talking to? What kind of conversations are you having? Are they encouraging conversations that are going to help propel you? Are they serving you to help you for your long-term goals? Or are they conversations that are bringing you down? That even maybe they're bringing other people down. Tip number 4, ask for help. Whether that's from a trusted friend, a teacher, a scholar, or invest in a coach or a mentor. Somebody that you know can keep you accountable. Somebody that will help you get to the result that you want to get to. So perhaps they've got to somewhere that you want to get to. Investing in yourself is one of the most amazing and incredible thing that you can do. People think that it may be selfish to invest in yourself. People, unfortunately, they focus so much more on investing in the outside appearance. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Let me get this clear. Invest in your clothes, your beauty, the external things, your home, your car. But not many people invest in their insides, in their mind, in their thoughts. You wonder why your life isn't as good, your relationships aren't as good as you would like them to be. Then maybe you need to ask yourself why. And then therefore, can I work on myself? How can I better myself? It's such a taboo subject, especially when it comes to seeking help, for example, from a therapist. Investing in your mind, investing in self, investing in your behavior, your mannerism. There's such a stigma attached to that, unfortunately, in certain cultures. And I've experienced this firsthand, that it's seen as a bit of a airy-fairy thing to do, that we say in Arabic, aib, like it's embarrassing. Why is it embarrassing to work on yourself? It can have, I've mentioned this in my previous video about mindset being your foundation, and then it's a domino effect. It has a positive domino effect on everything else in your life. Relationship on yourself, your relationship with God, your relationship with your spouse, with your children, with your parents. How is that embarrassing? How is that not a good thing? I've just had to go and pick him up. He's just woken up. Oh, boo boo. Oh, boo boo. And then we move on to consistency. Brushing your teeth. What does brushing your teeth, the standalone activity of brushing your teeth for 2 minutes, do? Nothing much, right? Not much, unless you brush your teeth for at least 2 minutes, at least twice a day, every day. And so you've been doing it for 20, 30, 40 years, 50, 60 years of your life, in combination with going to the dentist, flossing your teeth, mouthwashing, having a good diet, not eating too much sugars or sweets. You have strong, healthy teeth. And it's because of you committing to that cause and that action of brushing your teeth consistently every day that it's become habit, it's become second nature. That immediately upon waking, you go get washed and brush your teeth is part of your morning routine or your nightly routine. And so it's become a habit that sometimes you don't even think about how or when, you just do it. And so the same applies with anything and everything else that you do in your life. Let's say you want to read a book. Commit to reading just one page every day. Just one page. Nothing too big. Again, don't think big in order to achieve great big things. Start simple, start small, but do it every single day. A page read every day equates to 365 pages at the end of the year. That's a lot of book. That's a lot of knowledge or information that can help you. But read it perhaps with full analysis. Dissect the words and what it's trying to teach you. A page a day, but just done consistently every day. Take a new skill that you want to learn. You want to learn perhaps a new instrument, how to play a new instrument. Practicing 30 minutes every day, committing yourself to practicing every day. 6 months, a year, you will see how you develop and how you enhance that skill. You won't even recognize yourself in a year's time. So start today, but then remember to stay consistent. In particular on the days that you don't want to, particularly on the days that you really haven't got the energy, or you really can't, or you're just not feeling it. Those are the days, and that's the time when you need to push yourself. Nobody will always feel like doing something all of the time. You can take a day out of your reading, but don't, and that's what setbacks are, but don't let them accumulate over 2 or 3 days. Get back, give yourself the rest, give yourself the day off if you need to, and then get back. And when you get back, you will feel like pushing yourself even further. In fact, if you do it initially for a few weeks, scientifically it's been proven that if you commit to a course of action, after 21 to 30 days, it will become second nature. You will form a new habit that you will start to feel like you're missing it when you don't do it. For example, let's say you start working out. If you work out, when you work out every day for 30 days, religiously, when you don't work out for whatever reason, you've had to stop, you've gone on holiday, God forbid you've had an injury, you will miss it and you will want to get back onto it as soon as possible. But it's those first few weeks that you need to push yourself to doing it every day. The coach and the mentor can help you be accountable, and stay committed to your cause. So that's consistency. Stay consistent, and I promise you, you will reap the rewards of your commitment. And then my final tip, are my personal favourite. And really, for me, this is why I do what I do. And that's the why. What's your reason behind doing what you want to do or doing what you're doing? That's what's going to help to motivate you and help to want you to keep doing it. You need to ask yourself, what's the reason behind me doing what I want to do? Ask yourself this question, but then I want you to honestly answer it as well. And I want you to keep asking yourself why several times until you come to the root reason behind why you genuinely want to do this. Let's say you want to start a business. Why do you want to start a business? Is it because you want to make more money? And then ask yourself, okay, why do you want to make more money? Is it because you want to be more financially independent? And then ask yourself again, why do you want to be more financially independent? Maybe because you want to have the flexibility to buy things for yourself, for your family, to be able to go on holiday whenever you want. And then keep asking yourself why. And then you get to the real core reason as to why. And when you get to that root reason, that's what's going to really empower and drive you to be motivated to get up and do that thing and to work on your goal every day, regardless of if you're tired. You will work on it. You will keep yourself committed to yourself to keep working on it. Now, my personal reasons, I have 3 main whys, reasons why I do what I do. And firstly, as a mother, it's for my children. And I don't just say that because as a proud parent, I mean, of course I am a very proud mother, but I say it because I know that my children are watching my every move. I want to be a positive role model, like many of you parents want to be to your children. I know that they are watching my every move. And so when they watch me, they will see the struggles and the mistakes I've learned and the commitment and the hard work and the rejections that I've had. But then they will also see the dedication and the perseverance and the patience to keep going and to push myself. And now they see success. And so I want them to replicate those same lessons and those same behaviors and the same thoughts for when they decide to pursue their dreams and their ambitions. The second reason is because of you, my audience. I do it because I know that I can make a positive impact. I know that I'm making impact on hundreds, if not thousands, of people. And that's what drives me to keep going. When I can help that 1, 10, 100, 1,000 women to empower themselves, to build on their self-confidence, to encourage them to go out and fulfill their goals and work on their talents and strengthen their unique God-given gift, then I'm happy. Alhamdulillah. And my third reason, and my most personal reason to why I do what I do, is for my younger self. As a young teenager, I lacked a lot of self-confidence, low self-esteem, I lacked self-worth, and I yearned for somebody like my current self to be a role model. And I know that she will be very proud of who she's turned out to be, despite all the challenges that my younger self had to face, despite the hurdles and the struggles that I've had to endure. I want to be able to tell her that it's going to be okay, and that it did work out great in the end, better than she had ever anticipated. So those are my personal reasons why. I want you to dig deep and ask yourself why you are doing what you're doing. And I pray that you will find the answers that you are looking for, and that will motivate you and that will push you to want to commit to working on your goals and just to take action on yourself, because you owe that to yourself. So once you decide that you want better for yourself and you pray for it and you work for it, don't be surprised by how quickly God will make it happen for you. So be prepared. I really appreciate you watching. I thank you for your trust. I thank you for your time and for your attention. And I know you have got what it takes to achieve it. So go out there and do it. And I want you to let me know which tip resonated with you the most. Thank you for watching. See you soon.